As it is?
As it is, yes, please. Absolutely as it is. Thank you. How very kind of you. How very kind.
Cheers.
Your health.
Help yourself.
Terribly kind of you. Your good health. What was it I was saying as we arrived at your door?
Let me see.
Yes, I was talking about strength. Do you recall?
Strength, yes.
Yes, what I was about to say, you see, there are some people who appear to be strong, whose idea of what strength consists of is persuasive, but who inhabit the idea and not the fact. What they possess is not strength, but expertise. They have nurtured and maintained what is in fact a calculated posture. Half the time it works. It takes a man of intelligence and perception to stick a needle through that posture and discern the essential flabbiness of the stance. I am such a man.
You mean one of the latter?
One of the latter, yes, yes. A man of intelligence and perception, not one of the former. Oh, no, not at all, by no means. Do you often hang about Hampstead Heath?
No.
But on your excursions, however rare, on your rare excursions, you hardly expect to run into the likes of me, I take it.
Hardly.
I often hang about Hampstead Heath myself, expecting nothing. I'm too old for any kind of expectations, don't you agree?
Yes.
A pitfall and snare, if ever there was one. Of course, I observe a good deal on my peeps through twigs. A wit once entitled me a betwixt twig peeper. A most clumsy construction, I thought.
Infelicitous.
Oh, my Christ, you're right.
What a wit.
You're most acutely right. All we have left is the English language. Can it be salvaged? That is my question.
You mean in what rests its salvation?
More or less.
Its salvation rests in you.
It's uncommonly kind of you to say so. And in you too, perhaps, although I haven't sufficient evidence to go on as yet.
Because I've said little.
You are a quiet one. It's a great relief. Can you imagine the two of us gabbling away like me? It would be intolerable.
Who's this? His name is Friend. This is Mr. Briggs. Mr. Friend, Mr. Briggs. I'm Mr. Foster. Old English stock, John Foster, Jack Foster. Old English name, Foster, John Foster, Jack Foster, Foster. This man's name is Briggs.
I've seen Mr. Friend before.
Seen him before?
I know him.
Do you really?
I've seen you before.
Possibly.
Yes. You collect the beer mugs from the tables at a pub in Chalk Farm.
The landlord is a friend of mine. When he's short-handed, I give him a helping hand.
Who says the landlord's a friend of yours?
He does.
I'm talking about the Bull's Head in Chalk Farm.
Yes, so am I.
So am I.
I know the Bull's Head. The landlord's a friend of mine.
He collects the mugs.
It's a first-class pub, known the landlord for years.
He says the landlord's a friend of his.
He says he's a friend of our friend, too.
What friend?
Our host.
He's a bloody friend of everyone, then.
He's everybody's bloody friend. How many friends have you got all together, Mr. Friend?
You probably couldn't count them.
Well, there's me, too, now. I'm another one of your new friends. I'm your newest new friend. Not him, not Briggs. He's nobody's fucking friend. People tend to be a little wary of Briggs. They balk at giving him their all. But me, they like at first sight.
Sometimes they love you at first sight.
Sometimes they do. That's why when I travel, I get all the gold. Nobody offers me dross. People take an immediate shine to me, especially women, especially in Siam or Bali. He knows I'm not a liar. Tell him about the Siamese girls.
They loved him at first sight.
But you're not Siamese, are you?
He's a very long way from being Siamese.
Ever been out there?
I've been to Amsterdam.
Who is that man? Do I know him?
He says he's a friend of yours.
My true friends look out at me from my album. I had my world. I have it. Don't think now that it's gone I would sneer at it or cast doubt on it or wonder if it ever properly existed. No! We're talking about my youth, which can never leave me. No, it existed. It was solid, and the people in it were solid, while transformed by light, while being sensitive to all the changing light. I stood. My shadow fell upon her. She looked up. Give me the bottle. Get me the bottle! It's gone. Did it exist? It's gone. It never existed. It remains. I am sitting here forever. How kind of you. I wish one of you would tell me what the weather's like. I wish you would damn well tell me what night it is. Is it this night or the next night or the other one, the night before last? Be frank. Is it the night before last? Help yourselves. I hate drinking alone. Too much solitary shittery. What was it? Shadows. Brightness. Through leaves. Gambling in the bushes. Young lovers. Fall of water. That was my dream. A lake. Who was drowning in my dream? It was blinding. I remember it. I've forgotten. By all that's sacred and holy, the sounds stopped. It was freezing. I have a gap in me. I can't fill it. There's a flood running through me. I can't blot it out. Someone who is doing it? It's a muff, perfumed. Someone is doing me to death. She looked up. I was staggered. I never saw anything so beautiful. No. That's all poison. We can't be expected to live like that. No. I remember nothing. I'm sitting here in this room. I see you all, every one of you. Here, it's a sociable situation. The dispositions are kindly. I am not asleep. There's no water. No one is drowning. Huh? Yes? Come on. Pipe up. Speak up. Yeah. Fucking me about, you bastards. Ghosts. Long ghosts. They're making noise. I hear you humming. No, I wear a crisp blue shirt at the Ritz. I wear a crisp blue shirt at the Ritz. I know him well. He's the wine waiter, Boris. He's been there for years. Blinding shadows and a fall of water.
It was I drowning in your dream.
Bugger off.
Unhand me.
He has grandchildren, as have I, as I have. We both have fathered. We are of an age I know his wants. Let me take his arm. Respect our age. Come, I'll seat you. There's no pity in these people.
Christ!
Scrambled eggs. Shall I open the champagne?
Is it cold?
Freezing.
Please open it. Who is the cook?
We share all burdens, Jack and myself.
Thank you.
We're old friends, Jack and myself. We met at a street corner. I should tell you, he'll deny this account. His story will be different. I was standing at a street corner, a car drew up, it was him. He asked me the way to Bolsover Street. I told him that Bolsover Street was in the middle of an intricate one-way system. It was a one-way system easy enough to get into. Only trouble was, once you got in, you couldn't get out. I told him his best bet if he really wanted to get to Bolsover Street was take the first left, first right, second right, third on the left, keep his eye open for a hardware shop, go right around the square, keep the inside lane, take the second muse on the right, and then stop. He will find himself facing a very tall office block with a crescent courtyard. He can take advantage of this office block. He can go around the crescent, come out the other way, follow the arrows, go past 2 traffic lights, and take the first left indicated by the first green filter he comes across. He's got the post office tower in his vision the whole time. All he's got to do is reverse into an underground car park, change gear, go straight on, and he'll find himself in Bolsover Street with no trouble at all. I did warn him, though, that he ran the risk of having found Bolsover Street and losing it. I told him I knew 1 or 2 people who've been wandering up and down Bolsover Street for years. They wasted their bloody youth there. People who live there, their faces are gray, they're in a state of despair, but nobody pays any attention, you see. All people are worried about are the ill-gotten gains. I wrote to the Times about it. Life at a dead end, I called it. Went for nothing. Anyway, I told him his best bet was to forget this whole idea of getting to Bolsover Street. I remember saying to him, this trip you got in mind, drop it. It could prove fatal. But he said he had to deliver a parcel. Anyway, I took all this trouble with him because he had a nice open face. He seemed like the sort of man who would always do good to others himself. Normally, I wouldn't give a fuck. I should tell you, he'll deny this account. His story will be different.
You did say you had a good war, didn't you?
A rather good one.
How splendid. RAF?
The Navy?
How splendid. Destroyers.
Torpedo boats.
First rate. Kill any Germans?
1 or 2.
Well done.
And you?
Oh, no, I was military intelligence.
Ah.
You did say you had a literary career after the war, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so did I.
I believe you've done rather well.
Oh, yes, quite well. Past my best now.
Do you ever see Stella?
Stella?
Stella, you can't have forgotten.
Stella who?
Stella Winstonley.
Winstonley.
Bunty Winstonley's sister?
Oh, Bunty. No, I never see her.
You were rather taken with her.
Oh, was I, old chap? How did you know?
I was terribly fond of Bunty. He was most dreadfully annoyed with you, wanted to punch you on the nose.
What for?
For seducing his sister.
What business was that of his?
He was her brother.
That's my point. What the devil are you getting at?
Bunty introduced Rupert to Stella. He was very fond of Rupert. He gave the bride away. He and Rupert were terribly old friends. He threatened to horsewhip you.
Who did?
Bunty.
Well, he never talked to me about it.
Stella begged him not to. She implored him to stay his hand. She implored him not to tell Rupert.
Oh, I see. But who told Bunty?
I told Bunty. I was frightfully fond of Bunty. I was also frightfully fond of Stella.
You seem to have been very close with the whole family.
Mainly of Arabella's. We used to ride together.
Arabella Henska?
Yes.
Knew her at Oxford.
So did I.
I was very fond of Arabella.
Arabella was very fond of me. Bunty was never sure precisely how fond she was of me, nor of what form her fondness took.
What in God's name do you mean?
Bunty trusted me. I was best man at their wedding. He also trusted Arabella.
I have to warn you, I was extremely fond of Arabella. Her father was my tutor. I used to stay at their house.
I knew her father well. He took a great interest in me.
Arabella was a girl of the most refined and organized sensibility.
I agree.
Are you trying to tell me that you had an affair with Arabella?
A form of an affair. She had no wish for full consummation. She was content with her particular predilection, consuming the male member.
I'm beginning to believe that you're a scoundrel. How dare you speak of Arabella Henscott in such a fashion? I'll have you blackballed from your club.
Oh, my dear sir, may I remind you that you betrayed Stella Winstanley with Emily Spooner, my own wife, throughout a long and soiled summer, a fact known at the time throughout the home counties. May I also remind you that Muriel Blackwood and Doreen Busby have never recovered from your insane, corrosive sexual absolutism. May I also remind you that your friendship with and corruption of Geoffrey Ramsden at Oxford was the talk of Balliol and Christchurch.
This is scandalous. How dare you? I'll have you horsewhipped.
It is you, sir, who have behaved scandalously to the fairest of sexes, of which my wife was the fairest representative. It is you who have behaved unnaturally and scandalously to the woman who was joined to me in God.
I, sir, unnaturally, scandalously?
Scandalously, she told me all.
You believe the dribblings of a farmer's wife?
Since I was the farmer, yes.
You were no farmer. You were a weekend wanker.
I wrote my homage to Wessex in the summer house at West Upfield.
I have never had the good fortune to read it.
It is written in terza rima, a form which, if you will forgive my saying so, you have never been able to master.
This is outrageous. Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
Let us content ourselves with the idea of an intimate reading in a pleasing and conducive environment. Let us consider an evening that would be remembered by all who take part in her.
Let us change the subject. For the last time. What have I said?
You said you're changing the subject for the last time.
But what does that mean?
It means you'll never change the subject again.
Never.
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 You said for the last time.
Well, what does that mean? What does it mean?
It means forever. It means the subject has changed once and for all and for the last time, forever. If the subject is winter, for instance, it'll be winter forever.
Is the subject winter?
The subject now is winter, so it'll therefore be winter forever.
And for the last time.
Which will last forever. If the subject is winter, for example, spring will never come.
Let me ask you a question. I must ask you.
Summer will never come.
The trees.
Will never bud.
I must ask you.
Snow.
Will fall forever because you've changed the subject for the last time.
Have we? That is my question. Have I? Have we changed the subject?
Of course, the previous subject is closed.
What was the previous subject?
It's forgotten. You've changed it.
What is the present subject?
That there is no possibility of changing the subject since the subject has now been changed.
And for the last time.
So that nothing else will happen forever. You'll simply be sitting here forever.
But not alone.
No, we'll be with you, Briggs and me.
It's night.
And will always be night.
Because the subject.
Can never be changed.
But I hear the sound of birds. Don't you hear them? Sounds I never heard before. I hear them as they must have sounded then when I was young. Although I didn't hear them then. Although they sounded about me then. Yes, it is true. I'm walking toward a lake. There is someone following me through the trees. I lose him easily. I see a body floating in the water. I'm excited. I look again and I see that I was mistaken. There's nothing in the water. I say to myself, I saw a body drowning, but I was mistaken. There is nothing there.
You know, you are in no man's land, which never moves, which never changes, which never grows older, but which remains forever icy and silent.
I'll drink to that.